really pleased. We had a great year this year. We rehabbed 7 buildings downtown in the amount of over $300,000, helping our businesses keep their buildings. You know, old buildings are hard to maintain, and of course we have a standard that you do have to maintain. You know, we've opened up, we had, I don't want to call it an eyesore, but when you come into Rogersville, over the hill, there were a building on each side over there, and both of them needed rehab. Andrew's here today. Thank you for the great job that you did on your building. Then across the street, and I wish I could take credit for giving him some money, but I didn't know he was going to do it, and we're going to try to help him as he moves on. But the little Pure Station, and it's almost ready for a business to go in. And you know, every time we rehab one of those buildings, we got 2 out of Matthews. We got the Slice of Jersey and then his business, and you know, that's tax dollars and that's employees. And so we're just so thrilled. We opened up another restaurant. If y'all haven't had a chance to go by and see Little Town Italian, right now you do have to make a reservation because they're training and getting open, and they don't want to be overwhelmed and everybody get on Facebook and do bad reviews. So they're doing a really good job of opening, a soft opening, and it's not pizza. If you want pizza, you got to go up to Andrew's building beside him.
But I don't own the pizza place.
There's a guy from Jersey owns a pizza place, but it's authentic Italian food. They are Italians, and their goal is to bring really great food into the community. Over on 66, we're getting really diverse. We've got South African cuisine as well as American cuisine over at the old Mel's restaurant right across UB Day Bridge. If you look at it, they've done a great job of remodeling it, and I'm hearing really good reviews on it. So remember, go to our local restaurants, our local businesses. They're the ones that, you know, like we said, they're the one that sponsors our sports teams. They're the one that sponsors all the things that we have in town. They sponsor the chamber events. And so if you get a chance, shop local as much as you can. Dine local. I mean, since we've opened all the restaurants downtown, I'll hardly ever have to go out of town anymore. And if you want some really good food, try out some of those restaurants because they are fantastic. We also are still working on a couple of the old buildings in town. The Powell Law Office, we're getting ready to apply. We've used 2 grants and got it stable and ready to start doing some things on the back side of it, and applying for another grant. It just opened up in December, so we'll hopefully have that grant in January. To complement Matthews Park, we finally got the dog park opened. And it's going really well, I understand. You do have to sign up because we don't want anybody bringing a dog up that's not been vaccinated or has everything that, and it's a real easy process, and then you get a code and you get to go in and use the facility. You do have to clean up after them, we will say that. But it's a beautiful park. We were really thrilled when we opened the park. This was a grant from, and I just lost his name. Randy Boyd. And he sent his representative, and we kept watching him. He just kept taking pictures, and finally he says, you know, he said, we've opened probably 30 or 40 of these parks, and y'all got the most beautiful park, the most beautiful location. And so, you know, we try to do everything we do top first class, right, Matthew?
That's right.
And so if you haven't been to the dog park and you have a dog, please go up and check it out. Check with the park department first, and they'll get you signed up. We are in the process of finally finishing up St. Mark's Church. We did get a $300,000 historic development grant. We got a $50,000 furniture grant. We're going to be working hand in hand with the people that's doing the Co-Starter program, and they're going to be offering some programming there once we get it open, and our goal is to have it open by October 2024. We also submitted a grant for with the town of Rogersville and Hawkins County, and we've talked about that. The Kenner House is one of the most beautiful places in town. And the county has done a great job, and the city has done a great job of doing some aesthetic things to the outside, but where it was let sit there for so many years and nothing was done. There's a lot of other things that need to be done. We got a group who's interested in putting a business in there, and you know, every time that we redo one of these buildings, everybody says, why do you spend all that money on those buildings? But every time we redo one of those buildings, we're taking, it's off the tax rolls right now, and we put it back on the tax rolls and bring money into Hawkins County, which helps keep your tax lower. But anyway, we're in the process of that. It's probably going to be about a 2.5-year project, and we've got some great plans. And the good news is, if the little group that came to us and said they were interested in it decides that they don't want to do it, we've already had somebody approach us about putting another business in it. So, you know, it's kind of like, if you build it, they'll come, or if you fix it, they'll come. So we're really pleased with that. On the tourism side, we're working on several projects, and thank everyone who's been a part of the East Tennessee Vacation, those who have added, did a business ad. If you haven't had a chance to go look at it, it's great. We've had 45 businesses participate. We are going to extend that $99 to the ones that did that one as a jump start. We're going to extend that. You can keep your ad, even if you did another one, when we get a discount for those, you can keep that for 3 years. And then we will be able to build that website. It's getting a tremendous amount of traffic, so we're really pleased about that. We did another ad with the Rogersville Review and the Hawkins County, what is that little book we just put out? The Hawkins County
Guidebook.
And it's got some great information in it. We've got all of your businesses that are chamber members listed in it. We've got a lot of good things going on there. We also received another grant. I've been grant right happy, I think. So we received another grant from the Department of Tourism for $14,000 to do a couple of other things. If you haven't been down to Crockett Springs Park, they've done a wonderful job of doing some things down there. Kim Williams, who was one of our own that passed away and was a wonderful songwriter. And you know, sometimes we forget about our own in our own community, but they put up we've got a beautiful marker down there recognizing him and his accomplishments. And we also are hoping to get a couple more of some of our local musicians. So we're working on that in the tourism department. You'd think that these little parks and the little things that we do don't bring people in, but it is a tremendous amount of people that come in to utilize our parks, whether it's playing disc golf, or where they're coming in to play ball, or bringing their children in to do the programs. Same thing with Crockett Springs Park. It went from doing nothing, put the lights up, did some other things, and now we got people down there all the time. So, you know, once again, if there's nothing to do, it's because you don't do it. But we've got, let's see, what else we got here? We did a video and photography for Hawkins County. We got a grant to do that, so that we've got great photos to send out when anybody calls and says we need some information about Rogersville and Hawkins County. We've taken the time to do that. We recertified for the 3-star program, and a lot of people look at me and say, why? 3-star program is something that the Economic Development Group does. If we don't have 3-star, none of these grants, nothing Matthew applies for, nothing I apply for, nothing Mark applies for, we don't get any of those. When we have industry come in and look at us, we don't have a major airport, we don't have a major 4-lane running through Hawkins County. So all the incentives that we get is through this program, and this is how we attract people in. And just want to say, I wish Rebecca was here. I was going to actually let her speak. And we've got a thing back there that says the year in review. And everybody says, what does the industrial board do? If you really want to know what the industrial board does, get one of those pieces of paper. Not only are they out recruiting business all the time, they're fixing the infrastructure so that business will be interested in coming in. They're getting water put in, they're getting sewer put in, they're getting gas put in, they're getting rail spurs put in, so that when a group approaches us, we have the opportunity to be able to say, here's what we have. We work with the school system and make sure that the programs that they're offering are going to be the ones that will help those employees fill those jobs when they become available. So we got lots and lots of stuff going on. We are, let's see, we recertified Rogersville as a downtown Main Street. And, you know, somebody says, well, what does that benefit us? Well, all these people that are downtown, I got one sitting in front of me, you know, sometimes they just need a little jump start. He needed new owning. It had been there 25 years. And so we helped him get an owning. And the difference it made in his building, you know, you didn't hardly notice it before, now you notice it. We helped a couple of them do some other work to the outside of the building because they wouldn't have had the money to do it. And we just, you know, it's, help businesses. We offer opportunities for them to do business plans. We'll assist them in any way that we can. And to be able to keep, why is it important to keep that downtown section? We had an industry that come in several years ago, and they were supposed to meet at the industrial office, which is on the top floor at the bank, or the old U.S. Bank building, the Rogersville Video. And Rebecca was up there waiting on them, Larry was up there waiting on them, and they didn't show up. And so she's going, I'm going, oh shoot. So she goes out and looks for them, and they're just standing on Main Street. That happened to be the day that we put up the Christmas trees. And the guys were just said, they were from Canada, and the guys, they were just standing out there, and she says, could y'all not find the office? He said, no. He said, we're just admiring this place. He says, you know, this is one of the most beautiful places. And he said, we had some doubts about whether we were going to come here, but now we know this is where we want to be. Mm-hmm. So it's important to keep that downtown looking as nice as we can. Of course, we went to the governor's conference, the tourism conference, and why do we waste our money going to those? Sometimes, if you're at the right place at the right time, talking to the right people, things happen. And Mark and I happen to be, and Rebecca and I happen to be at the governor's conference 2 years ago, and we've been looking for money to pave Phipps Bend for 20 years. And so we were standing in a group of people, we got to talking, and one of the guys, we said, you know, could y'all find us some money? And he walks away, and what, 30 minutes later he comes out and said, could we set up a meeting on blah, blah, blah? I think I found you some money. And we paid Phipps Bend, the whole Phipps Bend Road, and cost the taxpayers of Hawkins County nothing. They took it, we got a grant that had no match. They did the whole project, and we just sit back and watched it take place. $1 million. $1 million, yeah, to do that. We've grown this year. We've had about 20 new members join. And Chad, I got to brag on him. The ceiling fans he put up, guess whose house that was at? And I'm not going to tell you that when he brought them down, we could have probably planted a garden on them. But I really appreciate the great job that he did, and he came when he said he would. That was the most important thing. He called and told us, you know, we asked him could he come. He came, made a special effort to come, and did a great job in getting everything set up. And then when he brought out the vacuum cleaner, I was sold. He vacuumed my carpet where he worked. So thank you, Chad. Great job. So if you need a great electrician, right there's one. And that's a good thing about being moving into this community and finding this group of people that we can support each other. We did the membership breakfast. Thank everybody who was a sponsor last year, and thank you all for so quickly filling up the list for this year. And there is a list back here for the coming year. And I don't think I've ever filled it up that fast. So thank you all. And we've got some new people that are sponsoring this year, so that's fantastic. We held 6 cruise-ins. And thank everybody who participated in those, and that's just to put feet in the street to help our businesses in the summertime when business is slow. We held 2 bike shows and 2 Jeep shows. So we've been very busy, and it's been a great year for the Chamber. We just appreciate everything that you all do as business people in keeping this community viable. And for all that you do, I couldn't do what I do without the help of you all, so thank you. And y'all know I'm a professional beggar, so that's just, that's just what it is. But thank you all. There's no way that we could run this community without the support of all of you all.